Sure.
Come on now, touch me, babe. The Doors.
Your
Frankie
honor.
C, it's a Friday show, my man.
Totally.
Going old
Do this
school.
thing.
Massive Epstein conspiracy theories that are floating out in the ether.
Okay.
This is good. I think everybody's going to enjoy this. Plus the Diddy Pardon. Elon's got a black eye. The Burger King story that's going to bring the house down. Maybe
Is this
tears.
a personal story or is this out there?
I feel like that was a fat jab. That's okay.
No. It's a jab at nothing. No jab.
Not a personal story, but a story that'll definitely be a tearjerker. Plus, Aaron C is here for another Game Time episode. My God, man. That's a podcast. Can't you see that I am not afraid? I don't know the words.
Ba-da-ba-da.
What was that promise that you made? That's all I got.
Okay, that's all you need.
That's all you need. That's all you need. All right, Frankie C. Conspiracy theory time.
Here we go.
Weird things. So a couple weeks ago or last week or whenever it was, we talked about Cash Patel and Dan Bongino, who I always want to say Beningo, who is Joe Beningo from The Fan, another radio personality in New York. I don't know why. When I see Bongino, I just think Beningo, and I want to call him Dan Beningo. Joe Beningo is a great radio personality, by the way. Big fan of his. Joe, love you if you're out there. Anyway, Dan and Cash went on Fox, and they were like, oh, Epstein killed himself. There's no conspiracy here. There's nothing else to explain. It's kind of how it happened, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Since they said that, people have been losing their minds over what happened here, because Dan Bongino was like one of the people, right-wing podcaster, conspiracy theorist, calling people out. Now, all of a sudden, he goes over the government side, and all of a sudden, it's like, hey, nothing to see here. It's totally legit and exactly how they said it was, right?
Well, he said there's some kind of video.
He said they have video. He said they're enhancing it.
What video? I thought all the cameras were down. Wasn't that a whole thing?
There was the camera by his hallway that led to the Epstein cell was down. So that one was down. But basically, he said there were other cameras all working, and all of those essentially show that nobody could have walked in. There's no DNA. I'll play the clip for you guys. But there's a lot that goes into this. So it's Bongino and Patel on Fox last week. Okay, great. Then Glenn Greenwald, who is another journalist who people may not be familiar with, but essentially he was like the first one to come out with the WikiLeaks story. He was like the guy who reported on WikiLeaks first. He's reported on a whole bunch of stuff. He is set to go on Tucker Carlson, right? So they record an episode. I don't know when. It was scheduled and did come out this morning. I did not watch the full episode. I'll play a clip for you guys from that episode as well of Glenn Greenwald commenting on Cash Patel and Dan Bongino and how, isn't this awfully suspicious how they switch sides and now everything is totally fine. There's no conspiracy theories. Because Cash Patel was guilty of this too. Cash Patel was number one, like, hey, do I have a bullshit conspiracy theory that's going to set the MAGA people on fire and get my profile higher? Here it is. And then all of a sudden now he's the responsible person. He's got to, put on the big boy pants and go out and work for a living. And the world doesn't work that way. It's not that easy, right? You can't be so irresponsible as the head of the FBI. So Greenwald says this stuff on Tucker Carlson, which got released this morning. What also got released late last night were, I believe, one, if not multiple, sex tapes showing Glenn Greenwald in compromising positions. Now, this was like massive trending on Twitter all day long today, and even up right up until the start of our podcast here, where I will go to the darkest places of the internet for the lovely folks out there. I will I've lost computers to viruses. Like
Oh.
we'll go there. I couldn't find the sex tapes. And the reason why is because he didn't give consent. So if anybody actually watches that, it's illegal, and it's illegal to host that. So it kind of got like washed off the internet, which rarely ever happens. I didn't check the porn sites, but maybe later. Anyway, the point is, from what I hear, they were like really bad, like really, really bad. And nobody can cop to describing it. There's been little things here or there, but nobody's really talking about it, because if you're say, oh, this is exactly what was in the tape, you're admitting to breaking the law, and then you're subject to,
Well, then you shouldn't go looking for it.
well, man of the people, I risk it all for them.
No.
Handcuffs don't scare me. I've spent nights in prison.
No, you haven't.
I haven't, but I've been in some pretty rough relationships where it felt like prison. Does that count?
Maybe.
Anyway, so I think it's awfully strange that the journalist responsible for dropping one of the biggest stories of our time, WikiLeaks, is going on Tucker Carlson about to put on blast the two, Patel and Bongino, right, who have since done a 180 on their views of what Jeffrey Epstein did, right? Now they're all like, oh, nothing to see here. It's totally fine. And all this happened like in the same little like 12-hour period. Like, is that a coincidence? Is this so? Hang on. The sex tapes, from what I understand, have been around for quite some time. Now, Greenwald responded to the sex tapes coming out, and he was like, hey, this was consensual amongst adults. So it doesn't seem like there's any wrongdoing there. But somebody had this stuff on him, waited till now to put it out, to smear his name, because they either did or did not know that he was going on Tucker Carlson to discuss our current administration and their view of the Epstein thing. Like, I don't know what they were afraid of or not afraid of, but I feel like it's awfully suspicious that big journalist Tucker Carlson, chance to cash in on Cash and Dan and expose them, and the sex tape comes out to try and ruin his reputation and hijack the story. Because essentially what happens today is you see Greenwald is trending, and it's not because of the Tucker Carlson episode and what he said.
Whoever released those tapes kind of shot themselves in the foot, because it brought more attention to. Yep, I feel like it's going to bring more attention to the whole Epstein thing.
I'm doing it. We're doing it, but I don't know if everybody else.
If it's trending everywhere, it's bringing more attention to the guy.
It's not. It's trending. What's trending is the Greenwald sex tape. Everybody's talking about that. I don't care about that.
I get it, but if you go one step into who is this guy and what are we talking about? Why? You just go one further step, and it's basically shining a spotlight on the whole thing.
Right. I see what you're saying. It's making it even bigger. But again, it works from a standpoint of you go on Twitter and you click on the trending Greenwald hashtag, and then you go to latest and top, and all they're talking about is the sex tape, and nobody's talking about his appearance on Tucker Carlson.
Right.
And he didn't, by the way, didn't say anything too explosive on Tucker Carlson. I have the clip for you if you want to hear the one thing. Let me bring that up so you guys can see that on kind of what he said. He did call them out. He didn't have like hardcore like evidence or like, hey, here it is and this is why. He didn't have any of that stuff, but he did essentially say, why are these two guys that were on the forefront of the conspiracy theories and calling shit out and and talking about, oh, the government's definitely hiding something, and now they're on the government side, and suddenly everything is hunky-dory. There's nothing to see here. Everything is totally okay.
Well, it could be one of two things. It could be either, in my opinion, they are now privileged to more information. So they're not working with conspiracy theory bits and pieces.
Mhm.
So now that they have the inside knowledge and they have all the evidence in front of them, they have the facts, so they're being honest, or hopefully, or it's a conspiracy, and everybody's like, no, you got to shut up or something. Who the hell knows?
I like Captain Obvious here, who says they are working on the AI footage as we speak. Let me tell you something. Google put that VEO stuff out. Have you seen that?
What's VEO?
Google has this AI video generator that is beyond unreal. For $250 a month, the clips that are being put out look like real movies. I mean, do you remember the Will Smith eating spaghetti thing?
Yeah.
How weird that looked. And then even a couple of months ago, we talked about, it was Sora, I forget whoever it was. They had done a new model. Remember the woman that was walking through like a Hong Kong street, and there was rain and there was people in the background.
Mhm.
And it was kind of unbelievable. Like, wow, this is getting really close. Now it is like, you can't even tell. I mean,
I wonder what changes. Like, what happened in the last couple of months that advanced it? Like, are people like wiring it a different way? Is it a different algorithm in the system? Is it AI is just learning more? Is it what is it that's making it advance so fast?
I think it's a little bit of everything, but I'm far too dumb to even guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's artificial intelligence, so somebody's got to be behind it, advancing it in some way.
Yeah.
Or is it advancing itself in some way? With the more info it takes in, the more it advances. Or is it like someone's just improving it every day? Like, what are they actually physically doing to make it better every time we see a new thing?
It's a great question. I always harken back to, I know how radio works. I've seen the explanations. I still don't understand.
I don't get that. I don't get computer screens. Like I get the tube television. I get that. Where it projects from behind and it's got all the colors and the diodes and all that shit. I get that. But a flat screen, what the fuck?
I don't get it.
And like you're able to click and move a mouse and all that shit.
It's crazy. No, I still don't get radio. I don't even get TV. I don't get how you beam from one metal thing, a thing we can't see, goes out, and then all the other things catch it and puts it on the screen. I don't get it.
I don't understand why black and white TV and movies was the beginning of it. Why was it black and white?
And not color?
Why wasn't what we saw transmit? Why did it change all the colors in real life into black and white?
It's a great question. I don't know. So there's a lot of mysteries. There's a lot of mysteries to the universe. And you could pile Epstein's death on top of all of it because it just doesn't make any sense.
How much more shit you want to pile on to the top of the outcome of this case? Is it possible?
All right, here's Greeny on Tucker Carlson, who's using this TSN logo right here, which is really bothering me because I feel like that was like the country. Wasn't it like TSN, like a country station back in the early days of cable?
TSN. I don't know that one.
CNT Country
Network. CMT.
CMT? It looks exactly like that to me.
Country Music Television.
Here's what Glenn Greenwald had to say on Tucker Carlson about Bongino and Patel.
Patel and Bongino are people who were among the most popular among the MAGA base. I mean, these were the people among the most respected. Something is constraining them. And so I asked myself, what kinds of truths would people be determined to hide who are more powerful than they are? And when it comes to the Epstein files, I continuously zero in on that question. Who was he working with or for whom? And I can see people in government not wanting that answer to be disclosed, just like the same reason we didn't have the JFK files and still don't. We still don't. For 65 years. Patel and
So, I mean, he's basically saying what we've been alluding to, you and I, which is it's just goes far above Epstein. There's somebody or some group of people or organization or foreign government or our government, whatever, that is still pulling the strings on this Epstein thing to make sure that the truth doesn't get out.
I mean, the what's it called? The Attorney General, the President, they could release the files. Well, guess they haven't. They said they were going to, and they haven't. Why is that? So
I know, and it's like it's frustrating from a perspective of, and I know, listen, a lot of MAGA people, we reach everybody. So I talk to a lot of MAGA people. They all say the same thing to me. Like, this is the most disappointing thing ever. The amount of people I've heard from more people that on the morning of the Epstein binder influencer catastrophe, remember when they were like, it's coming out tomorrow, and then they sent all the influencers out with it, who were bragging and like just all over Facebook and Instagram, like, I fucking told you guys, here it is. The amount of people I've heard from that were like on in the internet that day going, this is amazing, Trump's doing it, who had to like apologize to people. I hear from like, I feel like 5 of them a day who were like, I was the biggest sucker for voting for this administration, thinking that they were going to do all of these things. And we have gotten a big fat 0 on the Epstein front.
They haven't done thing one. It's been how many, 6 months almost?
Yeah.
They haven't done shit for anybody else except themselves. That's all they've done.
Pisaki's wearing one hell of a vest here. Look at the white shirt underneath it. I mean,
and you got the suit, the jacket, the blazer. That's all you, buddy.
When the shirt looks almost a little sheer underneath, like, see how it's thick white in the middle where they come together? It looks a little thinner on the side there. Oh, biscuits and gravy. Stay on point, Frank. Nope. Stop distracting me.
Sorry.
Pisaki, on her show, she pulled this clip of the Dan Bongino podcast back in the day talking about the Epstein thing. Take a listen to this clip.
I don't know how Jeffrey Epstein died. I'm not going to sit here and tell you. I wasn't there. All I can tell you is it's awfully suspicious how that happened. Oh, look, the cameras broke. Oh, look, he strangled himself on a bed thing. Wow, amazing how that worked out.
That was Dan Bongino on his show last September.
So that was Dan Bongino on his show last. Pipe down, Pisaki. Let me do it. That was Dan Bongino on his show last September. And then, like I said, he jumps on Fox News, and I got the clip for you here too to just show you that piece of it. How on top of what he did with Cash Patel the other day, he was on with Fox and Friends, and he does a total 180 on it. Here's a minute clip of him. I think this is from yesterday morning.
Telling you what we see in the file. I just want to be crystal clear on this. I am not asking anyone to believe me. I'm telling you what's there and what isn't. Right. There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case, and there's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. We are working through there is video. That is something the public does not.
There's video of him killing himself.
No, not the actual act, but the entire MCC Bay, it was only one camera. There's video that when you look at the video, and we will release, that's what's taken a while on this. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans. You're going to see there's no one there but him. Right. There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
Okay.
I can't, in good faith, believe that. And the fact that it's taking
I don't believe
so
him
long,
anyway. He's,
yeah.
Number one, not a fan of his. Number two, what was my number two? Number two was they say they're going to release stuff all the time, and they never do. So
yeah. Well, you're not a fan of him because he's a Republican. I'm not a fan of him because he holds his microphone over here for some reason. Who puts their microphone at a 90-degree angle next to their face? Fucking psychopaths.
But I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be.
I'd be happy to.
I feel like he said some questionable shit on it. I don't follow him on his show. I don't listen to him.
Of course.
I've come across some.
We do this. We've said if we literally pull tape of every episode, you
No,
would
no, no.
find some stupid shit in there.
No. I mean, like bad shit, like stuff about racial stuff.
Oh, is that right?
I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to accuse anybody of that if that's not the case. But I feel like maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like that's the case here, and I don't know though.
But
So
you think everybody's racist these days, though? Everybody.
Well,
that guy's racist.
You definitely are.
Just because I say bad things about Jews, I don't understand how that seems like a leap on your part.
Again, I don't want to accuse the guy because I don't know. But I
have a problem with the Jews. It was just a joke, everybody.
It was a joke. But I feel like I've come across that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way off. Yeah. Maybe he's the nicest guy. I just don't know. And I feel like, but there's a small percentage of me that goes, I feel like there was something. But I'm not, don't hold me to that because I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But I think it's really, like, it's not everything that I say here, everything that you say, that Janine says. Well, Janine's the loosest cannon
out
of all of us.
Where did Janine in like how many?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I could back up. I've been wrong. New things have come out. You're like, oh, I didn't know that. It changes or whatever.
People misspeak. I get it.
Yeah. But I feel like for the most part, a lot of what is said, we can stand behind and back up. It's a whole thing of where, like, I feel like some of these people play loose and wild with the facts. And this guy's a great example because now you're in the seat. Now you're the responsible one. And now you're saying the complete opposite. And you're upset that people are questioning your integrity. I mean, what did you expect to happen in that scenario?
Yeah,
of course, people are going to question you. And it's been at least a week, if not more, since they did the first interview. Put the tape out. What are we hiding? Or how long could this fucking take to put the tape out? And forget the tape of the prison. How about all the thousands of tapes and footage on the hard drives that was confiscated from his New York home that you're clearly sitting on and not bringing up or talking about whatsoever? There's no transparency. There's no trust here. I understand things take time, but my point is, going back to what you said from the beginning, we'll never see this ever. There will always be some sort of an excuse. We might get a little drip or drab here or there, or some bit of new information at some point. But the whole, here's the box, here's everything, upload it, here it is, everybody can do their own of it. It will never fucking happen. And the reason why is because there are still string pullers pulling the strings, and we just don't know who it is. I don't know.
You really think Donald Trump wants all the Epstein files released?
No, I don't. I was just going to say, I don't know if it's Clinton, Trump, Israel, fucking Tommy Walnuts, Jimmy, who we had never heard of before. I don't know who the fuck it is, or if it's a combination of all of them, but there's somebody there going, people cannot know about this, period. End of sentence.
Yeah.
So this whole, and the reason why I'm like a little fired up about it is because, like, he's like, oh, you're going to see it. We're in hands of the bullshit. I guarantee you, whatever we wind up getting, people are going to have a massive problem with it.
I said it before they did the bullshit release from when they handed, like you brought up before with the influencers. Before that, you said Monday they're going to release everything. They're giving everybody. They're having a whole thing. I said, okay, let's wait to see what happens. Right before that, I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. And lo and behold, it was bullshit. It was everything that we've known. It was less than everything we knew. It was like they took some stuff out from the stuff we already knew.
You're right. And you know what? I'll tell you, you're exactly right. And I was wrong. And I'll give you the little history on that. Because we were continuously getting Kennedy stuff, I was like, we'll get it. Even if it takes 60 years, we'll get it. But now I don't think that way, because even the Kennedy stuff that we continue to get, we still don't have everything. And the reason why is because whether our government killed Kennedy or they just stepped back and let it happen, that's not either one of those scenarios is not a story that the American people want to hear or the government itself wants out there. It is the Kennedy thing, I think, is our darkest day as a country. And that's saying a lot because we did a really shitty thing out in open public and covered it up and never.
Well, that's if the government did that.
I mean, I think they did.
Who the hell knows? We don't know.
I honestly think the government was complicit in his assassination. I think that all these things were swirling. I think they knew it was a possibility. And I think they just, listen, I think 9/11 I don't think they can really do that. And I think they caught us by surprise. I don't think that was an inside thing. No. But the Kennedy thing, I feel a little bit of the opposite. The Kennedy thing, I feel a little bit like this guy's loose cannon. We can't control him. He's a little nuts. He's super popular. Let's not give him everything he needs down there in Washington. Let's let him do whatever he wants. And somebody takes him out, they take him out. You can't have all those possible threats come to town and think this should be okay. Like it's just impossible. And I'll tell you another thing I'll throw into that. The Trump attempted assassination, that still bothers me. To this day, it still bothers me. They let that fucking kid walk around after he was seen with a gun and nobody pulled anything extra in. Nobody was like, we got to stop that. It's so, I just refuse to believe how everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yeah, they had the footage of the guy. They knew he was walking around earlier that day, scouting the place or whatever.
They just lost him. There was no drone coverage. We can't.
They had people on other roofs. Why not this one?
The most obvious one, like it doesn't make. And believe me, I think a lot of people on both sides of the aisle would have loved to have seen this orange fuck go. I really believe that they wouldn't have minded that whatsoever if he got clipped that day.
Nobody wants to see anybody get shot.
No, I disagree with you. I disagree. I said left and right, governments, foreign, whatever. I don't know who. I don't think people would have cared if Trump would have gotten killed that day, because I think the same thing for Trump is the same thing as it was for Kennedy. They didn't know what he was going to do. He wasn't the typical politician. It wasn't the norm. And he was challenging a lot of, you go back and you look at Kennedy, even the civil rights and all the stuff he was doing, how he was handling communism and Cuba and all that stuff. A lot of people did not like what he was doing. They did not like the direction he was going in. They felt like it was just some rich assholes kid out there who bought the election through fraud that we know definitely happened in Chicago, at least, and God knows where else. And he was going to ruin the country. People thought that they were doing something good by letting this guy get killed back in the Kennedy assassination thing. So I think the same thing holds true for this Epstein stuff and that Butler PA thing and everything. I think those are real.
I'd love to know more about, the Butler PA thing. Is that's everything? We know everything about it? Is that all? Like, what else?
There was all those accounts there. There was those people who saw the kid on the roof that were telling the guards about it. It was just, there were snipers that were looking. They took him out so fast after he got the shots off. You know what I mean? Again, there was no drones. There was no extra police security in this wide open field. No sort of coverage. Yeah. The car was so far away. It was
the what they say is that it's the Secret Service and whoever they coordinate with it, local, whatever. They fucked up. There was a big lapse in security, and everybody. This was a building that was directly across from the president.
Yeah.
He was, or the
candidate
nominee,
yeah.
And he was. It's not like it was a building, half a mile away or off to the side. This was like right there. And he had like and to not have that building covered, they fucked up.
Forget that. They saw him walking around with the gun and didn't.
Another big fuck up. They fucked up a lot.
They lost him. They lost track of him. and let Trump walk out on the stage?
Yeah, hang on. Let's wait till we locate this guy, and then you go do your speech. They've made people wait hours for Trump.
Yeah.
Give us another 30 minutes. We'll find this guy, and that anything, whatever. It's a weird to not have that one roof covered.
No, it's too convenient. It's too convenient. And even this stuff, he's going, oh, there's no DNA. I'm looking for tips. What about the guards? What about all this? And let's not ignore
other prisoners.
His cellmate wasn't there. And by the way, his
Where
cellmate,
was he?
the person that was in the cell, or not in the cell with him, but in that area with him, somebody, I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we did the story about somebody came to him and was like, wanted to pay him to take out Epstein. But it never happened. We know that never happened. But my point is, we're ignoring all of these things. All the things that we're talking about, we're ignoring the fact that he hung himself on a bunk bed with bed sheets. How? I still want to know how. I want to know what position his body was in that he could hang himself on a bunk bed, and a grown man couldn't just put his feet down, couldn't put his feet on the lower bunk or on the floor. Bed sheets. He tied bed sheets together. If I gave you bed sheets and I gave you that height of a bunk bed, I could give you 4 weeks before you would even get close. I don't think you could tie a bed sheet not that tight to do that.
Probably not. No, I don't know how.
You ever try and tie a towel? It's fucking impossible.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying all the mechanics here work, but I don't get it either. I really don't understand the whole thing. I'm sure it has been done. I feel like that's a thing that happens in prison. People hang themselves in the cell, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
but
I mean, yeah, with belts and stuff. That's why they don't give you belts anymore and shit. I don't know. I don't know if they're still doing it with bed sheets. I really don't know. I just think it's impossible.
I have no idea.
I just think, and then they were checking on him, and they didn't, and then the
It's
security
all
guards.
alleged, by the way. We're just is all spitballing and nothing confirmed here.
We're not talking to lawyers. We're talking to the people really responsible. We don't want you killing us. We have families. Damn it.
You don't know anything.
But the gall to ignore all this and then go on national television when you're now a member of the administration and go, trust me, guys, I've seen all the evidence. Bullshit. Don't even say it then. Don't even comment on it. Say, I'm going to do whatever I can to get to the bottom of this and get it all out to the best of my abilities. I can't make you any promises, but I'm going to do my best. That's the thing to say. Don't say, I've seen it all. The guy, he did it. There was come on. Nobody, and then you're like, and nobody's appreciating us or taking us seriously. At the end of the Fox News thing, I kind of cut it off, but he's like, Bongino goes off like, oh, nobody believes us. And I'm not even with my wife anymore. And he says all this like stuff. And you're like, are you trying to get us to feel bad for you?
What does that have to do with anything?
Like he's basically saying like, trust me, I'm not making this shit up because, this, like, oh, look at this huge sacrifice I'm making.
I just miss the days when qualified people ran all the shit. Everybody that's in these positions,
yeah,
head of this, head of that, whatever, none of them are qualified for any of it.
Well, because but this is what comes about when you have a wild outsider candidate. He's not traditionally qualified to be the president of the United States.
Not.
He's never held any other elected office. So he's going to look for those same qualities in other people. And let's be honest, he fucking loves TV. Trump is a fucking TV guy. He still thinks he's on TV. That's why he did the worst thing he ever could have done. The worst thing that could happen. I mean, I'm telling you, wars and slavery and the Native Americans, we've done some bad shit. But once you get past that initial layer, pardoning Todd Chrisley is the worst thing this country has ever done. And it's because Trump said, I seen that guy on TV. Of course we got to pardon. He's on TV. How bad could he be? He defrauded people out of $30 billion. That's why he's in jail.
Yeah. Well, look at the next story. Diddy Pardon. Like if Diddy is convicted of all this shit,
yeah,
and then Trump pardons him.
Are you
kidding me?
I saw the response. I could play it for you. It was a typical Trump answer of, I don't know.
We'll have to look at it. We'll look into it.
Look at exactly like the typical thing that he usually says, which again, the answer is, I'm not even going to comment on that. Let that trial play out. I'm not even going to comment on that.
Yeah.
But he has this thing of like, well, people have mentioned that they want to mention it to me, but they haven't mentioned it to me yet. What the fuck are you talking about? Like people are talking, like you're overhearing people saying, should we ask him for a Diddy pardon?
He just opens his mouth and whatever comes out. It just, I think he likes to hear himself talk. So it's just stream of consciousness. It's very nonsensical for the most part.
But it's a power position. Like I could do it if I want to. Like he needs to remind everybody he's the president of the United States. You're sitting in the fucking Oval Office. We get you're powerful.
Did you hear what he said today about Biden?
No.
They asked him, how do you? I don't know the
watch
exact
the same channels that you watch. I don't
watch any channels. It was a clip on Twitter or whatever.
Okay.
And it was they asked him. They didn't play the question. I didn't hear the question, but I assume he was asked about Biden. And his answer or whatever he said was, "Oh, if you feel bad, don't feel bad for Biden. He's a vicious guy. I don't feel bad for him."
Well, context is going to matter there because when he got cancer, Trump did say nice things about him.
Well, now, I mean, find the clip. I don't know what the question was, but if it's about how do you feel about any word, whatever, I don't know what the question was, but if it's in regard to his diagnosis or anything, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, so we probably shouldn't talk about it if we don't know the context of it. But Trump feels, and again, I wish he would take the higher road on all of the, like the Memorial Day thing. You don't have to bring up at every holiday the past administration and how poorly you were treated by the left. We get it.
No mention of the troops.
And let's be honest,
in his fucking ranting bullshit.
But let's be honest. The Russiagate thing, he was treated poorly. He has
shut up.
He's got a point.
Would you shut up and stop defending him?
The Russiagate thing was really bad. That was made up and
you
bullshit.
Don't think he has ties to Russia? He literally the other day tweeted out, that he protects Putin, an enemy of the country. I'm sorry. He said that I've protected Putin from a lot of bad things happening to him.
Yeah,
I don't know verbatim, but that's what he said. So he's literally protecting the enemy of our country, Vladimir Putin. But no, I have nothing to do with Russia. I have nothing to do with Russia. What are you talking about? Oh, fuck yourself. Not you, him.
I know. I can't get a word out, though, on this stuff. I'm not saying he doesn't have ties to Russia or Russian oligarchs. What I'm saying is the fact that you had members of the intelligence community come out and back that dossier, which was total bullshit. That was an absolute, it's been proven to be an outright lie. That was not right. That was unfair. And that was all the left's doing. That was all Hillary Clinton. That was all her doing and on the machine behind her. That was all of it. That was unfair. He's got a bone to pick with this stuff. My point is, you don't have to bring it up every time there's a national, like every time it's like Merry Christmas, even to the left who's social, like just get over it already.
Just say Merry Christmas and go to fuck away. He has to do a fucking novel about how unfairly he's treated. Shut up. You just made billions of dollars over the last couple of months as a president, and you're taking advantage of your office every fucking day, and you're getting away with it. Shut the fuck up.
Let me tell you something. Going back to the Diddy thing. So again, I wish he would have done the same thing here. Trump, I wish he would have just said, let the courts play, let the trial play itself out.
Yeah.
I've heard from a number of lawyers that are starting to panic that Diddy's going to get off because they're trying to prove racketeering and criminal conspiracy that Bad Boy Records was a front to run this sex trafficking operation. Like that's essentially the charges that they have to prove. And they're like, the government's in there every day proving that this guy's a piece of shit and a sexual assaulter and rapist and all that stuff. It's like they're getting that stuff done, but
shouldn't that be a separate trial?
Listen, they were the ones who brought the case. You would think that they would bring the best possible, the most winnable scenario to the courts. This is what they chose. The racketeering and the criminal conspiracy stuff. They've got to prove that. I don't know if they're making that case yet. Again, the lawyers are saying this is lawyers, not me. And I bring it up because, okay, it's a valid point that we need to talk about. You're proving he's a bad guy, but are you proving he's a mob boss? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just really don't know.
They just got to prove that he's done illegal shit. You have to prove that he's a mob boss.
Yeah, but they have to prove that he was running his company as a front so that he could do this stuff, and there was, basically an organization there.
Well, it's all different counts, I'm sure. So he could be found guilty on some of the things, not guilty on other things.
Yeah, there's multiple counts, so who knows what the end result will be. But
I feel like it's not going to be 100% guilty or 100% not. Even if it's guilty on all this crazy shit, and then not guilty on a couple of things, he's still not going to. I don't think he's going to get out of jail anytime.
Christella says they have a case, Ant. They wouldn't have gone through all this for nothing. Rico is big time. Diddy is fucked unless he gets pardoned. I don't doubt Christella. I feel the way Christella feels. I start to panic when legal experts start to chime in and go, hang on a second. This isn't what you set out. Like, now, can that change? Can certain things transpire? Like you said, could he be found guilty of some things and not other things and whatever, and still serve a lot of jail time? I don't know. We'll see. But I start to get worried when people start to chime up halfway through and go, I don't know. I don't know if the government's really proving their case here.
The trial's still going. We don't know what's going on in there. There's a couple of weeks left of this thing. I can't see, with all this shit that's going on, I can't see him getting away with getting off of this case.
And the other thing I have to say too, I'm sorry to cut you off, but going back to what Trump said, Trump also said, which is very important, that because the way the question was posed to him, which I think was Peter Doocy, but I'm not 100% certain, was, you used to be friends with Diddy. Would you consider pardoning him? And what Trump said was, he was like, yeah, we were friends, but he's like, when I started to run for office, he completely abandoned me and was against me. He's like, so, and which is so hilarious because he doesn't hide, and there's no shame in his game that it's like, if you like Trump, you got a chance, but if you don't, you're fucked. It's like, I wish he would just go on the merits of a person's case and what it is.
Yeah,
like,
but him by now.
Outright, and he's not even hiding it. He's just telling people.
Yeah, welcome to the party, pal. I mean, this is who he is. That's old news. If you're either kiss his ass and you're on his good side, or you don't like him and he wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
The way you were.
Going back to the Oval Office. So Elon's totally out of Doge. And he had a black eye. He showed up with a black eye. So the reporters asked him about the black eye. And he goes, yeah, my 5-year-old popped me in the eye. And he's like, who knew that like a 5-year-old could cause this much damage? He's like, yeah, no, 5-year-olds, they're pretty lethal,
They'll swing at you, man.
Fists and toys and everything. They bruise. They bruise no matter who's throwing them. Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was a little funny, and people were making a big deal out of that. But I will say it was super awkward between the two of them in the Oval Office. Like, Trump gave him a key, like a golden key, and didn't say what it was. I don't know if it was a key.
There you go. Bring my car around.
Yeah, usually like mayors give a key to the city. I don't know. Does the president give a key to Washington? Is it a key to the country? I've never seen that before, ever. And it was so funny the way, I wish I would have pulled this clip. I didn't. Trump is like, this is very special. I've only given it to, I've given it out, but just to special people. He's like, here it is, Elon. And Elon takes it, and they're both a little socially awkward, so he's just like holding it. There's like barely any handshake. There's no like, let's pose for a picture. Trump's sitting, Elon standing. Like, you think he would get up and be like, here, like let's take a picture. So you got the key and everything. It was so fucking awkward. And you could just tell. And again, I don't know if I'm projecting here, but this is just my interpretation. Trump's ass was chapped when he went on Sunday morning and Elon said, I don't like the big, beautiful bill. And it's erasing everything we did with Doge. Trump knows about it. They asked him about it. He decided not to answer it, whatever. But you can tell this was a case where Trump, to his credit, always tells people where they are with him. He's not shy with that. But you could tell after all the money and all the influence and everything Elon did for him, you could just tell from Trump's face that he didn't want to have anything to do with Elon anymore, and he couldn't fucking say it. He had to give him the little honor, because you could tell the way he was describing the honor. He's like, it's special. He's like, but I've given it out, but it's special. Like, you could tell he wasn't playing it up like this is the greatest thing ever, and we owe this guy a debt of gratitude. No, it was none of that. It was just like,
he's on his shit list now.
Yeah, you could see it.
You can't say anything negative about the guy, or else he wants nothing to do with you. That's the way he works.
And just to wrap up on Elon, Frankie C, there's several reports today, Forbes and the New York Times, and they asked him about it. They started to ask him about the New York Times, and Elon totally poo-pooed it. But basically, the story is out there that he was on all sorts of drugs during the campaign, during Trump's campaign. Ketamine. What's ketamine do? Isn't that what Matthew Perry was taking?
Maybe. I thought it was like a tranquilizer of some kind.
I think it is, right? Does it mellow you out or something?
I guess if it's a tranquilizer, then I would imagine so.
I have an issue with the New York Times and Forbes, because I don't think that guy was on a tranquilizer. He was on the opposite.
They're saying yes in the chat.
Yeah. So, allegations include ketamine, ecstasy, and Adderall. Those Adderall I could totally see. I'm pretty sure Trumpy's on Adderall. Those fucking guys that are up and running, 15, 16 hours a day, like Trump, those fuckers are on Adderall. They take Adderall. Ecstasy, I mean, I could totally see that too. The ketamine thing, I don't see him being cut. But maybe to get him to sleep, maybe to get him to come down from all the other shit. Who really knows? That's when you know you're in trouble as a drug addict, when you're taking stuff to get you up and then you need to take stuff to get you down. That's when you know you got some fucking issues. You really got some issues.
I guess so.
All right.
What is this Burger King story? What is this?
I love fucking stories like this, man. This is a good story. We don't get a chance to do a lot of great story. So when a great story comes, you really got to like fucking revel in it. Mm-hmm. So there's a kid in Georgia. He graduates from high school, right? And as soon as he got his diploma, usually you have a party, dinner, or family thing or whatever. He went straight to work at Burger King right after his graduation.
Okay.
His name is Mykale. Mykale. Mykale, maybe? Mykale Baker.
Yeah. Okay.
He picked up a shift at the Dacula, Georgia restaurant. Did you know there was a place in Georgia called Dacula? I want to tell somebody over there. Somebody missed an R at some point while they were putting the charter together, because Dacula is not a word.
Count Dacula.
Yeah. So he went to go work at the Burger King that he worked at on the night of May 21st at his graduation. He's 18 years old. He graduated from Mills Creek High School. He was still wearing his graduation robe, the medals that he got. He had his little plastic gloves on. He was bagging food orders and all this other stuff. There's a customer there, Maria Mendoza. She's looking at this and she sees this high school aged kid. He's wearing this fucking graduate. Like, you could tell he just came from the ceremony, put his little gloves on and started working, catches Maria's eyes, and she records a TikTok, and she's like, she writes, while many graduates spent the night celebrating with friends and family, one young man quietly showed the world what determination looks like. She takes the video, she puts it on TikTok, right? Just after receiving his diploma, she writes, still proudly wearing his medals, he reported to his shift at Burger King. Mendoza's drive-through interaction with Baker took place around 10 p.m. after she saw her daughter graduate from the same school located about 40 miles northeast of Atlanta. Mendoza's 20-second clip of Baker has been viewed over 30 million times on TikTok. She puts it on GoFundMe, right?
Uh-huh.
And the GoFundMe explodes and pulls in $22,000 for this kid.
Nice.
Who, after his high school graduation, went to go work at fucking Burger King. Isn't that unbelievable?
That's a good one. See, that's nice. That's a good story.
Yeah, isn't that a good story? And kudos to this Maria Mendoza for recognizing this, like right off the bat, putting it on TikTok, seeing it explode, and then going, oh, let's put this on GoFundMe and see if we could raise some money for the kid. And she did, and it did.
Certainly did.
How wonderful is that?
That's really cool.
I got to check the GoFundMe. Okay, all right. So when I first saw this story, what was it, yesterday or the day before? I wrote in my notes $20,000, $22,000. I just clicked on the GoFundMe. Do you want to take a guess at what it's at?
35.
$109,000.
Holy crap.
That is could you imagine
That's
being a
crazy.
high school kid grinding out? What's minimum wage? I don't even know in Georgia.
I don't know.
$12, $7. It's still $7.
Something like that.
I can't even understand how it's $7 fucking dollars. You can't even buy a meal at Burger King for $7.
It doesn't make any sense. Minimum wage is such a bullshit thing that it's ridiculous. It's really unfair.
Could you imagine having to work 2 hours just to afford your meal at the place you work at?
No.
I used to do that. When I was in when I college and whatever. I was just like, okay. I would figure it was the most depressing thing ever. I'd be like, I just worked the last day and a half just to afford my car payment or my gas budget for the month, whatever it was. I was just like, all this time was spent just to function, just to have a car.
Yeah. That's how you budget. You gotta sit there and you account for everything and put it towards. That's it, man. That's when you live check to check. That's how it goes.
It's that's so depressing. Budgeting is one thing. Like, okay, I can spend this much on this, but like thinking like, oh, this day and a half was just entirely dedicated to like my rent. Like and for most people that day, sometimes it's like 2 weeks. Like, hey, I got to work these 2 weeks just so I can afford my rent. And then the next 2 weeks pay, I can do maybe buy food.
Yeah. I remember I was driving to work and I got a speeding ticket and I went, fuck, I'm working today just to pay for this ticket now. This day of work, the whole day is now just to pay for the ticket I just got.
That's so depressing. Yeah.
That's tough.
Because in New York, I don't know how this is in the rest of the country, but it's so funny. Like in New York, you can get a ticket and it's like $75. And you're like, oh, okay. And then it's like $50 for the court fees. $70 for the judgment fee. And then before you get, it's like, oh, it's $325. Oh my God. Like, you're like, holy shit. You didn't realize all these fees and everything. Oh, the ticket's only $75, but you're $320 in the hole at the end of the day.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. I'm going to put the GoFundMe link into the live chat for everybody in case they are generous enough to donate to this kid. You can do so.
Very nice.
I like that story, Frankie C.
That's a good one. That's a nice heartwarming story.
Yeah, I know you'd rather spend time bashing our president, but sometimes I have to bring
a positive
note to the podcast.
You keep bringing it up. I'm not going to sit here and kiss his ass. I'm going to tell you the truth is the best I know it. And
I
this
know,
is what
but
it is.
I remember saying to you, like, "Hey, let's do some let's do some positive stories tonight," and you were like, "No, I have some Trump bashing to do. Get out of my way, fat boy." That was the last time we had that meeting. Remember?
I don't want verbatim, but sure.
All right, Frankie C, your better half is here. Thank God.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Class up the joint a little.
How are ya?
Aaron C, game show extraordinaire, and bless his heart because I love them more than anything, but puts Regis to shame as far as hosting a game.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but last episode we implemented a little thing where we put the little chatty chat in the corner of the screen. Is that gonna fuck up our games? Okay.
No.
I can barely
but I'll
see
tell
it.
you who fucked up the game. And it was Aaron Safe because Frank overheard what the game was this week.
I only know what the game is. I don't know the questions or anything like that. I know that it's can I say it?
Yeah, but we figured that there really was nothing for you to gain by learning what the game was ahead of time. So,
okay.
Yeah, I told Anthony before we started.
He told me. Yeah, to be fair,
sorry.
He let me know.
Okay. And then so the only other thing that we have to announce is that Raven got a job.
Hey! Way to go, Raven. Congratulations.
Raven got a new job.
Is it at the Burger King in Georgia? Because the fucking money's moving around down there. I got to tell you.
All she said was she's getting $109,000 from strangers. So we can only hope that it's the Burger King GoFundMe. But she said that when she gets what?
Raven, whatever that job is, show up wearing a fucking high school cap and gown. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, apparently.
Aaron, look at all the emojis you bring out. Look at smiley faces, hearts.
Oh, good.
Look at this. Look at TD. I don't even know how the fuck. What kind of emoji is that?
That's a cool one.
Wow.
Where do you get that?
I don't know, but that's a good one.
TD's playing in an emoji playground I don't even know exists. It's amazing.
Okay.
All right. Find out what Raven's doing because I'd like to wet my beak a little. See if we can get a piece coming back our way.
She said a couple of paychecks in, she's going to join again, for the...
oh, that's very sweet.
Be a member again.
That is incredibly sweet.
He doesn't like that it lapsed.
Oh, Raven, that's okay. But just know that whatever you do end up contributing, we're just going to waste on fancy emojis like what TD has here. Because I'm assuming
how much is that? What is that? So cool.
And then I'd pay $50 for that, though.
That's worth it.
Yeah, totally. All right, Aaron, you got a game? You want to tell everybody what it is?
You're on mute.
Nope, I think we just lost.
Frank can tell everyone what it is.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
It's based on categories. So we're gonna play a game out of categories.
Why can't you leave your wife alone so she could develop the games? Why do you have to be on top of her all the time? What are you doing? What's the game? What's happening?
I overheard.
I was talking to Bird.
Asking.
You overheard? First of all, listen,
I've been to Bird.
Oh no, he said he overheard.
That's true, but I didn't leave the room. I thought he was asleep, so it was all my fault.
You overheard Bird? Is that what is that what's happening?
Bird was the word. And he overheard.
I overheard.
All right.
All right.
So,
because I've been in your house. There's like a lot of rooms. Like
there's no rooms.
Multiple floors. There's rooms.
Oh, you were at someone else's house when you saw the multiple rooms.
You got lots of rooms in that house.
We live in a
studio house. There's such a thing as a studio house.
A very small house.
Aaron, does he follow you from room to room?
No. I thought he was asleep. I left Bird a voice message and then he overheard and then he wasn't asleep. It's fine. All I'm saying is that this is the first game where he knew first, but I figured it really doesn't matter. No matter how much time I give you, it's not going to get you any advantage by knowing what the game is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. I whipped his ass the last time in the memory game. Nobody saw that coming. Not even me. After that episode, I said to Cuddles, I go, do you think they threw that just to make me feel better?
Oh, my goodness.
I did poorly in the beginning of the game, but when we got to like 20,
you pulled it together. You really did.
And it was more complicated. The more complicated it got, the better I got.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
I think it was the Snapple you finished. You had to get all the natural flavors down before the memory kicked in.
The naturally flavored. Yes, this is a good one. It is peach tea lemonade.
Okay, but I'm sorry, but look at that bottle. I bought the wrong one, but how could you not think that was lemon tea? They effed me.
Yeah.
They do look alike, but it's good.
You brought up something too that I've been meaning to say and I haven't for a long time, but Bird on the Discord like has her own little podcast going. Like she leaves these voice things out there. And I find myself listening to them, but like it's always like 4 weeks after the fact because I could never find them. And then I find them and I listen to all of them at once. And I'm like, this is good. She's got something here. Anyway.
She's had her own food truck.
Yeah, I've been following that too. I don't know where it is. I haven't looked in like the last week or so, but I was very excited to see the photos and everything.
Yeah. And all
Bird,
the.
go ahead.
No, she had to fill out like a 5-page or 25-page thing with license to get the license, and they approved her, and it was like a big day. I mean, you found out 4 weeks later, but it was a big day.
It was a-
Yeah.
Bird's life. I view Bird's life now as the movie Chef with Jon Favreau. That's just how I see Bird right now.
Haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I only
Bird
hope
and
that
Sofia Vergara working in a truck.
that'd be great. That would be
Yeah, me
anything with
too. I'm
Sofia
down.
Vergara. She's still fucking hot. That one hasn't lost a mile per hour off her fastball. It's unbelievable. But I wish you all the luck, Bird, and I hope you get John Leguizamo as your sous chef. Okay, Aaron, let's go. Categories,
Okay,
Aaron
fine.
style.
Categories. You guys know how to play? It's basically there's a letter and then there's 5 categories. I asked people, and then I don't want you guys to agree with their answer. If you agree with their answer, you don't get a point. If you agree with their answer, if you get another answer, you get a point. Okay?
Right. If we agree,
Okay.
if we guess the same thing that they guessed,
Yes. You do
then
not get a
it
point.
cancels each other out with no point.
Yes. Yes. Now,
Oh,
because Frank found out and because it's your show, I want to give you the thing. Now, you're going to assign each other the category, the thing. Now, do you want to assign each other the letter, or do you want to assign each other the person that I asked for the answers?
I don't know. First of all, it's our show, and I don't know. What's better, Frank?
I don't know. I guess you could assign the letter.
Okay. There are 12 and you're going to get 6 each unless we get tired, and then we'll cut it down. But all right. So Ant, you're going to assign Frank first, or Frank can assign Ant first. What would you like?
Any letter?
No, the ones I call out of 12.
Oh, who goes first here?
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So you assign me a
Okay,
letter
so-
based on what Aaron says.
Okay.
Ant, do you want to give him B, C, S, T, A, M, R, D, P, or G, H, L?
H.
Okay. H, Frank, just to know who you're dealing with, this is, where is it? I lost it. Oh, Janine, of all people.
No, Jason. Okay.
Okay. I'll keep score for the first time ever, even though I'm bad at it.
So I don't want to give the same answer Jay
No.
Sabs would give here.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
The first one is a place. It has to start with H.
Any place.
Mhm.
Okay. Got it. I'm
Okay,
going to
so
say Honduras.
she said Harbor Island, so you got a point.
There was no way I was ever saying Harbor Island.
I know.
I was going Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
Something with wings / can fly.
Okay. A heron.
She said hummingbird.
Nice.
So you got
Wait,
2
Aaron started
points.
talking. I thought you lost that one. I got excited for a second.
Okay, a popular song where the first word or only word starts with an H.
Okay. A popular song with H. Let's go with Home on the Range.
She said happy birthday. You have 3 points.
That was too close. That actually, I feel like Happy Birthday and Home on the Range were written like the same day.
Yeah. Home on the Range. How fucking old are you?
Shut up.
Word ending in LY.
Oh, LY. I'll say Holy.
3 seconds. She said happily.
I was thinking happily.
Happily was
Oh.
the first one I thought of. And I went, no, that's too obvious.
Okay, last one. Something you'd buy at the mall.
Something you buy at the mall with an H. I'll say, I'm going to say you would buy at the mall.
She said hand job, so whatever you say, it'll be fine.
Oh, that's pretty good. I wouldn't think of that.
3 seconds. You got to go faster.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll buy
No, I'm saying can't think too long, or else you're gonna get ones that she didn't say.
Oh, okay. A hero at this
Oh,
food
she
court.
said a hula hoop.
Okay.
So
You buy a hula
congrats.
hoop at the mall? Like,
How fucking
I
old
mean,
is she?
You got 5 points. Way to go.
Sweet. gonna-
Okay.
Kick your ass, man.
Hooker was the word we were looking for. The mall
I'm sorry,
hookers are the best.
hooker.
Yeah.
Mall hookers.
Okay. Do you want to give Aunt BCSTAMRDPG or L?
G.
Okay. G is my dad. Aunt, you ready to get the same answers as my father?
Oh no. Okay. Grateful Dead. No. I got to avoid the ant. Okay. Go ahead. I got it.
Okay. Number 1 is starting with G, an adjective.
An adjective.
Yeah.
Growing.
That's
That's a verb.
a verb, you jerk. A word that describes a
I'm
noun.
sorry. You got me all nervous because I'm on a time frame here. An adjective. This is hard because you don't want to say gigantic.
Okay. He said great.
That's
Okay.
good.
So you get a point.
Okay.
Um,
Thanks for forgiving that verb thing.
No problem. It's been a long time since school.
okay. Something in a museum.
Hang on. I'm sorry. In my defense, I'm trying not to vomit right now. I'm having a real.
Why?
My stomach is. I got a
It's
bug.
just my
and-
dad, Aunt. Calm down.
Yeah, here come the excuses. Try not to
this is
vomit.
Michael
I
Jordan
got-
flu game right here. I'm in dire straits. Go ahead. I'm good. Good.
What's wrong?
I've had a stomach thing since forever.
Since forever?
Tuesday night, I was up all night
Oh
throwing
my
up.
God.
And I've been all
didn't
fucked
know
up
that.
since. Yeah. I had to go to the doctor this morning, get stuff.
Oh my
Anyway,
All
God.
those mall hand jobs.
that
How you-
is. Was that the hamburger or the hand job? I don't know what it was.
You
But
got to stay away from those mall hookers.
yeah.
Well, the fact that you hula hoop didn't help things.
Yeah.
Did you take anything? You all right?
Yeah, they gave me stuff, but I ate. I haven't been eating, and then tonight I ate like a salad, which I think was a little too like I had cheese in it and everything. It was a little too rich. But anyway, go ahead. I'm fine. Let's not talk about food.
Fine. Something in a museum.
Or you're gonna see V for vomit. Okay, what was it? Something in a museum.
That starts with G.
Something in a museum that starts with G.
Mhm.
Gadgets.
Okay. He said Grecian urn. All
Yeah,
right.
you were never saying that. By
That
the way,
was a safe one.
if you had 4 million guesses,
Yeah, where'd your dad go to college again? It was not St. John's. I can guarantee you that. We're not on the same
Oh my
level.
God. At the risk of starting shit again,
here we go.
Frank, tell him.
Same
Notre
college
Dame.
that Trump went to.
No. Same high school, same college, and same grad school. My dad followed Trump 3 years behind him for all his life.
Wow. Your
Can you
dad's gonna be
imagine that? The
president.
same
now.
high school?
Big Tom in the president's chair. This is gonna be fucking great.
I
Ugh,
love that.
It makes me sick. Anyway.
When you went like this, I thought it was Notre Dame. I thought you were doing Fighting Irish.
Oh, that's
what
a good
that
guess.
was. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, a 5-letter word that starts with G.
I want to say great, but maybe he said that. Is that
You already said great. You can't do great.
okay? Do great again.
No.
A 5-letter word that starts with G.
See how long it takes for you to come up with a 5-letter word.
Gabagool. No,
What's wrong with you?
I know it's a C. But before I get the Italians after me, I swear to God, I actually was gonna go with what Robin said because I got red and green grapes right now, and they're fucking fantastic.
That
Great.
works.
Grape?
Yeah,
No, my dad said globe. So good. Good for you.
sweet.
All
No
right,
bullshit.
something-
The grapes. I'm sorry, Aaron. The grapes at BJ's right now, they're like the size of eyeballs. They're delicious. They're so fucking good.
Ooh,
It's
Nice.
the only thing I've been able to keep down besides crackers and peanut butter. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like
Oh
we
my
should be able to
gosh.
make grapes like hand fruit, like giant. Shouldn't we be able to modify grapes to make them huge?
I
Yeah,
think the
you're doing
BJ
a deconstructed peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I didn't even realize that. You're right. You're right. That's a good point.
So
That's funny.
classy.
Yeah, I love a grape. Grapes should be in potato chip sized bags like that. You should be able to buy a grape bag for like $1.99 and just snack on it. Like potato
Yeah,
chips.
but I need them cold.
Me too.
So
I
fun.
love them in the fridge. They're fucking expensive as all grapes are expensive right now. Anyway, let's not get all carried away.
I'm sorry. I just got these tiny, tiny cans of baked beans, and I'm trying to move them on to Frank like they're snacks because of the size. And I'm always like, "Are you
What do
in
you
the
want for
mood for a
breakfast?
tiny,
We got
tiny
these
can?"
cans of beans.
It's so bizarre. I don't know why. I'm just really trying to push it. He's like, "I want some cereal." I'm like, or a
Honey
very
bunches
tiny
of
can.
beans.
If Frank doesn't eat them, give them to Rusty the horse where he loves them.
Rusty.
Go ahead.
Okay. Something shiny.
Can I say grapes again?
No, God. We're on 4 and you've tried to use the same word twice.
Something shiny.
Shiny.
A goalie mask.
Okay. He said glassy surface. All right, last one. A word associated with weather.
A word associated with weather. God awful.
Okay. I don't know. That's 2 words, but
I'm
sure.
hoping your dad said good.
I don't remember the last time a weather person said that.
It's because we've lost God in this country, and thankfully the administration's bringing it back.
Make weather great again.
Make weather great again. Yeah.
All right. No, I want you to pick something else.
Okay. Well,
Don't pick
Gust,
God awful.
Gale. Let's go with
Okay.
Gale. No, wait. Let's go with Gust.
Oh shit! He said Gust. You
Fuck.
had Gale.
Fuck.
All right,
By
so you're
4,
at 4
bitch.
points.
Shit.
Good lord! I almost said, "Yay, good for you," and then you were like, "Wait."
Say this because I listened to Bird and she doesn't like grapes. She shouldn't be trusted. I don't know.
I do not like grapes.
And she's starting a food truck. There's not going to be grapes on that food truck. I don't think people are going to get grapes on there.
I still believe grape everything is the best flavor. Whenever there's options of different fruit flavors, grape is the best.
Grape soda is better than grape soda is like the last soda.
No, there's regular soda. I like grape soda. I like to drink
Better than
grape soda.
orange soda?
Orange soda is probably better, but candy wise, grape is the best. Ice or ice cream, not ice cream, ice popsicles
Over cherry?
Grape. Yeah, grape is better.
That's a hot take right there. You're gonna get a lot.
Any
of
kind of candy, drinks besides soda. I guess like fruit drinks.
Okay.
I always
Grape.
go grape.
Grape is my last pick. Maybe this is why we've gotten along all these years. You take the grape and I get the cherry.
I'll leave you the cherry. You can have the cherry.
So if you have a Jolly Rancher, you're grabbing the grape Jolly Rancher and not the cherry?
Hell yeah.
You are losing
Grape Jolly
credibility.
Rancher.
Losing credibility. All right, Aaron.
Grape
go ahead.
Jolly Rancher is the best.
Okay, you get to pick the one for Frank. You have B, C, S, T, A, M, R, D, P, or L.
L.
All right, L. Frank, it's my mom. I'm sorry. I know it sounds weird, but I was running out of people, so I used my mom and my dad. All
I'm
right.
just so embarrassed that your mom is like, what is this for?
Oh my god, it's so weird you should ask that because when I called my dad on his cell and she called me 5 minutes later and she's like, why is daddy saying gust and glassy surface and grapes to you? And I'm like, all right, do you want to do one too? And she's like, yeah, I want to do one too.
Oh.
So it's this whole freaking thing in my family right now. All right, so okay, Frankie, ready?
Yep, ready.
Please let one of these categories for L be son-in-law. Names for my son-in-law, because that would just be the best.
Loser. No.
Stop it. She loves Frank.
What do you
Frank's
call
the
your
power of
son-in-law?
attorney.
What?
Frank is her. Frank, Alexis and I, my sister and I discussed. Alexis was like, you know that Frank's her like if they ever like have to be unplugged, their power of attorney's Frank, right? Like they like him more than both of us. And I'm like, I know.
Has he pulled ahead of you and her? Is that right?
Yeah, it goes.
I think I'm
it
ahead
goes
in the
Frank,
race.
and then Alexis, and then me, and then my sister's husband, and then I guess the dogs. But anyway, Frank's in charge of everything. So be nice to him, people. All right. So Frank, something you eat. Oh, this is L. Okay. Something you eat for dinner.
Something I eat for dinner. Longestine.
What? What is that?
That's like a lobster.
No, that you mean langoustine?
Langostine. Sorry, langostine. I said it wrong.
All right. She said lasagna, and you're on thin
All right.
ice.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right.
easy one. Okay.
The second one is a dog's name.
Dog's name. I'm not going to say Lucky because I feel like it's an easy one. I'll say Lester.
My mom said Lassie.
Oh, Lassie. That's nice.
Lassie's good.
Okay. A color.
With L, a color.
You're fucked on this.
Am I? There's one obvious one. I don't know if I want to give that one.
I don't know. There's another color.
I know.
Say it, bitch.
Boy, no, I don't want to say. Everybody's saying it.
Take this 4-point round, baby. Take it.
Can I say light blue?
Oh,
You can. She said lavender.
shit.
I knew it.
Okay. Something associated with spring.
Something with spring. Lavender. No.
Light blue skies.
Langoustine. I don't want to say that. I feel like that's obvious.
I don't want to shit on you, but technically spring is longestine season, just to let you know. But anyway.
Shut up. I'll say, this is an obvious one. I don't want to give that one. I don't want to say lawnmower. I feel like that's going to be
Oh, I didn't think of that.
obvious. I will say longer days.
Oh my God. So close. She said late sunsets.
Oh,
Do we count that? No, right?
It's technically
No.
the same thing.
Late sunset or longer days.
No, you got it.
I'm gonna play the rest of this game under protest for that answer alone.
Damn it.
All right. Okay. Speaking of under protest, this last one, my mom answered, and my dad was yelling in the back that he didn't like her answer. So I don't know. Well, it's so ridiculous. I'm never asking them for anything again. Okay. So the last one is something you'd see on a farm. For some reason, they're getting divorced over this.
I just vision your parents still arguing about this right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Why would you
seriously.
say that? I don't know. Why would you? Okay, something you see on a farm beginning with L. The hell would you see on a farm that begins with L?
Where's my water bottle?
I will say loose soil.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, we're never playing this again. Okay, my mom said lots of handsome farm hands, to which my dad was yelling, change it to lots of corn. But the point is, you didn't get either of those, so good for you. 5 points.
Thank you. To be fair, I wasn't going to say lots of handsome farm hands.
Loose soil is a little bit of a weak answer, though. I mean, Jesus.
There's loose soil on the farm. Where do you think you plant the seeds? You got
Isn't there a rule against adjectives to make this work?
Oh, maybe
let
there
me
should
think.
be.
Okay, from
All
now
right, moving
on,
forward.
no more adjectives. Also, no more of my parents. So that's good.
That's another rule.
Ran through
Okay.
both of them. Kind of easy to say now, but all right, we'll give you that. We'll give you the credit.
So you get to pick for Aunt. Okay,
Okay.
so you got BCS, TAM, RDP.
R.
RDRR.
Exactly.
Okay, that is bird. Bird. Who is the
there we go.
word? Okay. No, it's Ant. Okay, so no more adjectives. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Anthony,
Okay.
remember what an adjective is, right?
Yes, it's a word that
Boy.
describes an action, asshole.
You're an idiot.
All right, go ahead.
Bird, no answering your answers. Okay. Number 1 is something people find sexy.
Blazers. Oh, wait. What was it? R?
Red Blazers.
Oh, I'm going to say ropes.
Holy
Rope?
shit. She said rope.
Fuck.
Ah! Oh
It's
my
so
god!
weird. Okay, you both are
What
in a
the
specific
hell?
chat room.
Me and her are like never on the same page either. Have you noticed that? That's crazy.
What the hell is
Unbelievable.
that, man?
Cause the Diddy thing, remember I did a whole bit on Diddy's rope in it. That's what stuck in my fuck. All right, good. What else could you say? What else is sexy that's an R?
I don't know. A robe?
Oh,
Maybe.
that's good. That was good. Yeah, ropes.
Roses.
Roses.
Roses. Yeah. All right. Shit.
All right, the next up is I'm sorry.
No, I should have gave it another second. But go ahead. Let's go.
No, I'm so happy that somebody actually got, I mean, that was crazy. When you said rope, you should have seen my eyes. I was like, oh my God.
Mine's multiple ropes, though. Does that make a difference?
That
No.
does not make a difference.
Okay.
Okay, item you take on vacation.
Oh my God, this is a thing. I'm sorry. I think raspy voices are sexy. I can't even think.
Yeah, but that's an adjective.
I abandoned. Is it the? Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's a little bit of a better adjective than fucking loose soil. But okay, what was it? Things you take on Things you take on vacations.
Yeah, something you take on vacation.
Ropes.
No, you already said robes.
Robes.
Robes. You take. You want to say robes?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she said roofies, so you guys. Different. You got different ones.
Remind me to book my next vacation with Bird because I need some excitement.
You get some roofies and rope.
Yeah, it's been
Where the hell are you guys going?
I'm going.
I don't think they're ever leaving the room. They don't have to worry about where they're going.
That's true. Oh, rubbers are good. Razors. I don't shave, so I don't know what that is. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Next up is a sandwich.
A sandwich that starts with the letter R.
I mean, there's an obvious one.
Yeah, can't go for that one. A sandwich that starts with the letter R. Oh, what did she say? Reuben or roast beef? I don't know. I'm going to say roast beef.
Okay, because she said Reuben. Good for you.
That was tough.
Bullet dodged.
That was tough.
Okay. Something you see in the kitchen.
Obvious one.
First thing that popped in my mind was a rag. But I'm going to say...
Well, what the hell? I mean, the obvious one?
I thought rag was the obvious one. All right, I'm going to say rag.
All right, she said rolling pin, and that's not like adjective. Like it's not like a certain kind of pin. That's a thing.
No,
that's a name. Yeah.
Okay,
I was thinking refrigerator.
Oh my God, I didn't think that either, Frank.
I didn't think that. It's amazing how blank your mind goes when you do these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, last one is a hobby.
Is rubbing a hobby?
Rubbing?
A hobby.
Depends on what you're rubbing, I guess.
It sure does.
Oh my God.
A hobby that starts with the letter R. Let me see. There's running. There's racing. I'm going to say racing, like RC cars.
Okay, she said roller skating, so you're good.
Nice. So what are the points here?
4.
Yeah, Anne has 8 and you have 10.
Nice.
Oh, there's
but no more adjectives, Mr. Man.
I feel like this
power
is
of attorney for my parents.
She's a little sour about that. You can tell. That's going to keep
No
coming back up.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, that's funny. I feel like 2 points down. It might as well be
You never
100
know.
points.
You never know.
All right, let's see.
All right, you get to assign Frank BCS, TAM, D, or P.
I'm going to go B for bitch.
Got it. All right,
Good
this
one.
is Mercury. Our girl,
right.
Mercury.
Here we
Okay,
go.
Frank. A male actor, the first name starts with B.
Okay. Bobcat Goldthwait.
Okay, she said Benicio del Toro.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, an animal.
Bobcat. No. A animal. Hmm. I will say. It's tough.
3
This is
seconds.
not
3
easy.
seconds.
Billy Goat.
She said bison, so you're good.
Nice.
Okay, this is a band and it can follow the. I told her that it could follow the.
Okay. I'll say.
I have a question after this.
Yeah. What's up?
Okay. No, go ahead.
Okay. I'll say Bon Jovi.
Black Flag. Number 4 is a dessert.
Who's got the better taste in music now? Clearly Mercury. Go ahead.
Yeah. A dessert.
Mhm.
I'll say bread pudding.
She said baklava.
Mm.
And the last one, something associated with Halloween.
I'm not going to say bats. Or should I? How about bones?
She said bones. You got
Yes.
4 points. For Frank.
All right.
Mercury said
You see?
bones.
That was a good one. That was good.
Okay.
What was your question?
Here's my question. In the reels categories, if
Yeah.
you do a double word like
Yeah.
Beastie Boys for a band,
Yes.
you get 2 points. Does that hold
Yes.
true here?
No, because it doesn't. All you have to do is just match somebody. And also, I hate that rule because people add stupid shit to it. And then
Alright, so
I'm on
there-
a cruise ship at a piano bar yelling that shouldn't count and getting escorted
Yeah.
out. So
Because a lot of it is adjectives, like a big, beautiful box of bacon or something. It's like, all right.
Okay, but that's not fair. But to be fair, Beastie Boys is
Beastie
not an
Boys-
adjective. That's the
Beastie
name of the
Boys
band.
would
have a
make it.
22-year-old cruise director who doesn't know how to stand down when or to stand up for himself when someone's yelling at him. So I don't know.
All right, clearly this is
This
a
may have
personal
happened.
issue. I'm going to lose here.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right, I'm ready. You pick a letter, Frank.
All right, I got to pick a letter
Okay.
for you.
CSTAM, D or P.
I'll go with D for dickhead.
Got it. Okay, D was Christella, our vocal girl tonight. Girl, I think she got the crown. At least she did when I was signed on
Come on,
for
Christella.
today.
Let's do this.
Okay, Christella, D, something you see at the gym.
Oh, dicks is the first thing I thought of. I don't know if I want to say that. Dumbbells, dicks.
Gym do you go to?
Dumbbells and Dicks. That's a very popular franchise.
It's gonna be my next album. Yeah.
Dumbbells and Dicks.
I'm going to say dicks. I'm going to go with dicks.
Okay, she said deltoids. She's a
That's
lady.
better.
Cool.
Right. A flower.
The dogwood.
Delphinium, which I've never heard of.
With a tree. Is that a flower?
The dogwood, my friend, is a tree and a flower. And I learned that from the movie The President? No. What was the one?
Oh, yeah, the American President. You're right.
American President. That's it. American President.
It's like the state flower or whatever the fuck she was from.
Yep.
Very good.
Next up is something with a tail.
Dog's obvious.
Hmm.
What's something with a tail?
5 seconds.
Would you take Donatello, the Ninja Turtle?
No, I will not.
Okay.
They never show a tail. They should have a tail. You're right, but they don't.
I'm gonna say a duck.
Good, but she said dragon, so good for you.
Oh, okay. Wow,
Nice.
dragon. I didn't see that coming. Okay.
Next, the second to last is a term of endearment.
A term of endearment. Doodle bug.
Oh,
All right,
Doodle.
she said dearie, and a 2-word movie. The first letter of the first word must be D. The second word can be anything. Do you understand?
The first letter of the first word must be D.
The
Yeah.
second word can be anything.
2
Okay.
words only.
And it can only be 2 words.
A
Right.
2-word movie.
A 2-word movie that starts with D.
Right.
What's the one I was just talking about with Distinguished Gentleman? Eddie Murphy.
Okay, she said Dangerous Liaisons.
Oh,
So you got 5 for that one. Way to go.
gained a point back. Let's go.
Here we go.
Die Hard was a
Die
good one.
Hard,
That
good
would
one.
be easy. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to say Die Hard? Okay.
No, I wasn't. Raven in the chat said it.
Oh, good one. All right, Aunt, you get to assign Frank
A letter.
TAMP. That can't be it. Because it's not. Or SC or SNC.
I'm going to go with
S- okay,
C
thanks.
for
Thank you.
cuck.
Got it. That's Aussie Annie, our girl.
All right.
All right.
Try to
Aussie
mind
Annie.
meld with Aussie Annie as you do an ice cream flavor.
Don't forget, everybody, your last chance to enter to win the secret members only giveaway ends tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Go to the members area. The link is in the description below, whether you're a member or not. Same link. Click it, join, or just go to the posts and you'll see the place to go enter to win.
And as for someone who's seen the prize, it's really good.
It's good, right? Did it come out good?
Yes.
Did they come out
Yes.
good?
I'm so happy with it.
Can I
so
go get one of
fucking-
those?
Yeah, I got some for you.
All right, cool.
Yay.
Okay, so an ice cream flavor. I will go with. I can go with the obvious one or the second place one. Did Aussie Annie give the obvious one or the second one? I'll go with
She's
coffee.
Australian. Ooh.
What?
Coffee.
She said caramel.
Ooh.
Okay. I didn't want to do any repeating ones, but we're doing an adjective again. An adjective.
Come up with an adjective. What was it? C. I'll say cuddly.
Calming.
Nice.
A historical figure whose last name starts with C.
Historical figure, last name C. I will go with. That's tough.
I got a call for time.
3 seconds.
Oh God.
3, 2.
Clark, the explorer.
Damn.
Okay. She said Captain James Cook. So you got it.
Nice.
Something on a map.
What the fuck is
Something on a map. All right, let's see. Something on a map. What's on a map starts with C. Now I can't say something like Columbus, Ohio, can I?
It's on a map?
You can if you want.
Okay, but you're not looking for like map things like a river and a mountain, right? I mean, okay, I'll say Columbus, Ohio then.
All right. She said cities, and this is a 1-word movie.
Hang on.
What?
Columbus, Ohio is a city, is it not?
It is.
Is that the same thing or not the same thing?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Good call though. That's a good question.
I gave up on the double point fight, so I'm not going to try this one.
Just so we're clear, because I'm a person who learns from their mistakes, not next week, but in the future, and the not too distant future. I'm going to have us categories where the answer can only be one of three, so you guys get squeezed. This was an easy one.
Oh,
That's
I don't
good.
think so.
Yeah, because there's too many choices.
Oh, all right. I still think this is hard, but okay.
Yeah. So what is this? What was this one again?
A one-word movie.
One-word movie. I will go with Clue.
She said Casablanca, so you got 5 points.
Nice.
Now, you get to give Ant the letter S, T, A, M, or P.
Stamp.
Stamp. How cute.
Wow. STAM or P. I will go with T for.
I can tell you what it's for. It's for TD Freelancer, because
TD
that was the person who it is.
Nice.
All right, you ready? Sorry
Yes.
to cut you off, babe, but it was perfect.
No, I had nothing.
All right. And a word ending in ing.
Tackling.
She said tingling.
Ooh.
That was close. Too close for comfort.
All right, a girl's name.
Tiffany comes to mind right away. Tanya. Tiffany, Tanya. Tina. I'm going to say Tina.
She said Tanisha because she really likes you, and she wanted to make sure you didn't pick it. I don't know. I don't know anybody named Tanisha. Maybe that's because I'm sheltered. I don't know.
That's fine.
All right. Next up is a Disney movie, and the can be the first word. So any movie that starts with the counts. Okay?
Wow.
Okay. First thing I thought of was Tangled. Toy Story. Oof. I'm
Or
gonna go.
anything starting with the. We could
Yeah.
be
Anything starting with the.
It doesn't have to be the and then a T word.
No, it does not.
Oh, so I could say The Lion King.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Fly on Y then, and go with The Lion King.
Okay, she said the Tigger movie. So
The Tigger movie.
Nice.
Yeah. She really wanted to make sure you guys didn't get the same one. Next up is.
Well, I'm really glad TD didn't get N as a letter. That would have been really bad. All right, stop it.
Next up
What are you
is
doing?
It's just
a part of the body.
It's
A
just
part of
word.
the body. I want to get off this track. So a part of the body.
Good idea.
A part of the body. Oh, how do you not
Yeah.
say titty? Okay.
Because you don't. That's how you do it.
Yeah, just like that. Just by not saying it. There's like a million parts of the body that start with T, dude.
Teeth. Oh, there really are now that I think of it. I did think of titty first though.
Is that your answer?
Toes. Wow, they're all coming out here. Tonsils. I'm gonna go with Christella and tonsils.
She said toe. So good for you.
Oh, I almost went toe. Wow. I almost went toe.
When they go high, we go toe.
Yeah.
All right. A musical instrument.
A musical instrument. Okay. Thought of trumpet. Thought of
There's a lot of those too.
tambourine. Triangle.
Sure.
I'm gonna say the triangle.
She said trombone. So you got 5 points. Way to
Nice.
go.
All right.
I'm still ahead by one.
Okay. Do you want to give Frank S, A, M, or P?
S for shithead.
Goodness. All right. S was fly and Y. All right.
All right, Flying Y. Let's do this thing.
Okay. An actress whose first name start with S. But okay. How do I say this? All right. Okay. He took liberties with this one.
Okay.
So I am going to overrule him. Sorry, Fly on Y. I'm going to use my answer, and then we're going to say his answer, which is hilarious. Okay? How's that?
Okay.
Okay. An actress, her first name starts with S.
Okay, and you've got it. You got one?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, I will go with Sally Struthers.
Okay, I said Susan Sarandon, but Fly NY wrote Sussex, comma the Duchess of in parentheses Meghan Markle.
We said actress.
She was.
Oh, that's funny. Fucking flying
Right.
wide. That's really funny.
That's funny. I liked it too. Okay, but back to Fly NY's real answers. No altering them. And a drink a drink alcoholic or not.
Okay. I will go with sidecar.
He said sangria. That was a good one though.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, next up, I gave the Scottish guy an American city, and he came up with one. I think he's from Scotland.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. So let's see. American city, it starts with S.
Uh-huh.
San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento. I'll say Sacramento.
He said Seattle. Something
Alright.
associated with the winter season.
I'm not going to say snow. I'll say Santa.
He said snow.
Nice.
Ooh, good call.
And the last one is a 3-letter word.
A 3-letter word. I'll
A
say
3-letter word.
I'll say say. S-A-Y.
He said sex. So
Oh.
you got 5 points.
5 points, baby.
Thank you, Fly NY, for making us laugh.
Good job.
All right.
That was good.
Okay, so now you can give Ant. Okay, A, M, or P.
P.
Ant.
Map.
P?
I'll give him A for ass face.
Got it. Right. All right, this is Deb, our lovely Deb. All right, Ant. A fruit or a vegetable?
That starts with A.
Correct.
I'm going to say asparagus.
She said arrowroot. All right, I got to get you guys down to 3 next time.
Yeah,
And I
that's
will.
fancy.
But this is fun. So the next one is a career. 1 word.
1 word career. Astronaut.
You know I always wanted to be.
An architect. What did she say? I'm going to say an accountant.
That's what she said.
She said an accompanist.
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Actually, you know what I should do next time? You have to get the same answer as them. That would be something.
That would be hard.
That would be
But
difficult. But
if you gave us a choice of 3, you're giving us 3 answers that we might not have even thought of.
I know. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay.
I like that. I like the way we're doing it now, and I also like the idea of trying to get the same answer because we're actively trying to get obscure. We're giving obscure answers on purpose to try to. But if we're trying to get to the same answer, I think that would be good too.
Maybe it's like a double point if you get the same answer instead of.
Oh.
I'm going to work it out. I'm going to workshop it with my parents and figure out what the fuck we're going to do. All right.
Are you going to bring the cruise director in on it at all?
Yeah, the
no?
cruise director, the old people who include too many adjectives into categories on my cruise. We're all going to workshop it. We'll get back to you. I'm going to get Meghan Markle in, see what she thinks.
There you go.
Oh my God.
She's going to be like, let's put some edible flowers on it.
She will. She'll be like,
Meghan Markle, sit down. Stop it. Just stop it. All right. What are we up to?
Okay, a 3-syllable word. A 3-syllable word.
I think I'm getting the harder ones here. Adjective, 3-syllable words. Come on.
Adjective.
A 3-syllable word. What did I have? What letter do I have? A?
A for ass face, which is 2 syllables.
That's 2 syllables. That's not going to work.
No.
Let me see here. Bird says apricot. Is that 3 syllables? Apricot?
Sure is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Angler. No. Auditor. Auditor?
That works.
I'm gonna go with Mercury and go with auditor, even though that was for the job one.
Okay, she said approval. Next up, a boy's name.
going to go with the one that people say that angers me, and that's Andrew.
Why does it anger you?
Because back in my early radio days, when people wanted to insult me, they would call me Andrew in the morning, and it really aggravated the shit out of me that they didn't know my name. Like, that was the biggest. Like, people would go, "Oh, you suck," or "You're not funny," or "You're terrible," and I'd be like, "Yeah, whatever." And they would be like, "I don't know about this Andrew guy in the morning," and that would fucking piss me off.
Okay, well, luckily she said Aiden, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
And the last one is something that scares people or is scary. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I'm gonna throw Deb under the bus for this one. Sorry, Deb. I just thought this was so funny because when I asked her for the 5 answers, she gave me back 4, and then I wrote something that scares people or is scary, and she wrote back centipedes, and I was like, no, I need something that starts with an A, and she's like, okay, but centipedes are so scary, and I was like, they are. So I thought that was funny.
Scary.
I'm gonna go. I could go with alligator from Bird, but I'm gonna go with asshole because the asshole could be scary.
She said apparitions, but they're not. Even the ghosts are not as scary as the centipedes, and we all know it.
Or the asshole.
Agreed.
All right, you got 5 points, and congrats.
You know how scary a centipede's asshole is? That's fucking frightening. Go ahead.
I guess so. It would be. Has
Has
anyone ever seen it?
There's an asshole on top of every leg. It's crazy.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Ew! Oh God, M or P? Get me off this topic.
Yeah, give me a letter.
M or P? I will give Frank P for poopy face.
Okay, this is me. All right. Okay, my answers. Frank, alcoholic drink.
That starts with P.
Correct.
I'll say
5 seconds.
Drink.
4, 3, 2.
Pomegranate martini.
Pina colada.
Oh no, wait, that might be an adjective, right?
That's an adjective. That's
okay.
No,
I'll go.
I think I already said mine. Did you hear mine?
I didn't hear yours.
All right.
I'll go with a. What the hell starts with Pinot Noir?
Oh, that's a good one. But I said pina colada, and so we're good.
Hey.
All right. A singer, not a band, and the first name must start with P. The last name can start with anything, male or female.
Male or female singer starts with P. I'll say
James Hetfield. No,
it doesn't work.
it's not P.
I'll go with Paul McCartney.
Oh, I said him.
You said Paul McCartney?
I did say Paul McCartney.
Oh no, we're tied.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. But we're in sync. Isn't that nice?
That's very
Something you see at a wedding.
Something you see at a wedding. I want to say pussy.
Oh God, allergies.
Good Lord, dude.
I think it was Flying Y. I think that was Flying Y.
Flying Y. Flying Y. How'd you hack the system? All right.
I'll say plates.
You didn't say at the ceremony. That's all I'm going to say. You just said wedding. So go ahead.
I'll say plates.
Plates?
Yeah, like you eat food off of plates.
Okay. All right. I said the priest. All right.
I wasn't thinking the ceremony. I was thinking the reception.
Okay. All right. Next up is a school supply.
A school supply. Paper, pen, pencil, protractor.
Oh.
Pencil sharpener. I will say protractor.
I said paste.
Nice.
Last one. Something you see at a carnival.
At a carnival. I will say, let's see. I will go with. Oh, that's it. I
3
feel like
seconds.
the easy one is popcorn.
3.
I'll say
2.
popcorn.
I did 2. So you're down 1. Sorry.
Damn it.
Oh no. What else is
All
there?
right.
Carnival with a P. See, people are saying people. That works.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too. I thought that for wedding
Oh,
too. People
prizes.
prizes. That's a good one.
Wow.
Damn.
All
All right, so
right,
you're
this
ahead.
is it.
So
Shock
that
and
you
tell,
win.
even.
No, there's one more.
I got to get them all.
Oh. You gotta get them all.
Oh, you got to get them all to win. If you get one wrong, we tie. Okay.
We tie. Yeah. If I get two
Okay.
Two
wrong,
wrong, I win.
Yeah.
This is M. The letter is M. This is from Dreamer. Here we go. Something in the fridge, starting with M.
Microgreens.
Shut up.
All right.
Adjective.
That's
Adjective.
not an adjective. They're microgreens. That's
You're describing the greens.
No, I'm gonna give it to him.
That's
But
like red apple.
Dreamer, no, it's not. They're a thing. But Dreamer said macaroni and cheese. A TV show can follow the or cannot follow the. It depends on what Dreamer picked, but a TV show that starts with M, as many words as you want.
A TV show that starts with M. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Ooh.
Okay. Something annoying.
Anthony.
Don't make me say my mom. Don't do it. Don't do it. Something annoying. What'd you say, me?
I didn't say anything.
No, Cuddles is saying me right now.
Oh, Cuddle.
Something annoying. I could say me. That would be good. That would play. Something annoying.
3 seconds. You'll never get this. She went wide.
I'm gonna say. I was just gonna say what Mercury said. Mosquitoes.
That would be good. I'm sorry, Dreamer, but when you said malted milk balls, I don't really know what you're talking about, but I guess they are annoying. I don't know what they're doing to you, but
Those
they're
are milk
annoying.
duds. I guess they're annoying. Are they annoying?
How did I miss this one for something annoying? Oh my god!
Cristela with the win.
Cristela wins.
Meghan Markle.
Oh,
double M's. See, no, we're not doing double M's. Erin's got a problem with it. Erin, don't even bring it up around Erin next time.
Erin got hurt by adjectives being counted in categories. I'm in therapy. All right, 2 more.
Right,
Are you ready?
2 more. If you get this one right, then you could just tie. You can't lose.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
All right, an article of clothing.
An article of. Does the manzier count? Let me see. An article of clothing. It starts with an M.
Five seconds.
An article of clothing that starts with the letter M. Is mini skirt an adjective?
No, that's okay. But because she said mittens.
Damn you!
All right, last one. If you get this wrong, you tie. If you get this right, you win. A cartoon character.
Oh fuck! I hate that I said Mickey Mouse before. I could go with Minnie Mouse, I guess. A cartoon character.
You could say Mickey as well.
Trying to think if there's anything outside of Minnie Mouse. Cartoon character. There's Mighty Mouse. They're all mouses.
Sure is.
I'm going to say Mighty Mouse.
Okay, then you win because she said Minnie Mouse. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
That was close. Damn it.
Go with Minnie Mouse.
Frank, the only reason you lost is because we're so in sync. You and
No, the only reason that's true. But the other reason I lost is because of Mighty Mouse. That little son of a bitch.
I would have preferred Our Cosmic Connection, but whatever you want. Okay, guys, thanks to everybody who participated. I really, really appreciated it. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for letting me play.
Great job, hon.
Good job, Erin. Thank you. That was close. That was a crazy ending. Who saw that coming?
That was too close. Too close.
Yeah, a little too close.
Damn.
Frankie C, tell the people about Oval, which has gone missing from this. My daughter was in here. It's gone. Forget it.
Okay. Oval's a great book written by Aaron, and it's for sale right now on Amazon. The link is in the description below. It's a wonderful book. You could download a digital copy, or you could or you could buy a physical copy that Anthony seemed to have misplaced. But it is a great book written by Erin herself. Pick it up today, on sale. You'll love to read it. It's a great book. He still can't. The cat. There he is.
The cat. I don't know where the book is though.
That cat is freaking me. Those eyes, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I feel like his eyes weren't like that the first time we saw him.
I think they're changing. I think you're right.
Yeah, his eyes weren't that wide.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to Robin for putting the Oval description out there for everybody in the live chat.
There it is.
Don't forget to hit the member link as well to join the giveaway there. Again, you only got about an hour or so to enter to win for the giveaway, which you will definitely love if you love the podcast. That's it for us, right?
Yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Have a lovely weekend.
This freaking cat.
All right, everybody. We'll catch you back here on Monday, like Frankie C said. Until then.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now. Go ahead.